This is a short video clip which demonstrates the structure and function of a new type of foot exercise device. The device in the picture is based around a cycling shoe which has a rigid, inflexible sole against which the toes can work. This inflexibility is an important part of the functioning of the device. The front of the device includes an inclined, ramp-like structure against which the toes act, and the resistance to foot movement is provided by elastic across the top of the foot. This section of the video actually shows the foot inside the device. This is actually in a dorsiflex position, and you can see it going to plantar flexed, and that's the actual action of the foot inside the device. The device is closed over, and elastic is actually added across the top of the foot to provide resistance, like that. Greater resistance can of course be added. This section shows considerable resistance has been added across the top of the foot, and the toes act against the resistance. The muscles actually contract, putting the foot into this plantar flex position, and the elastic then pushes the foot back down into dorsiflexed. The next section is of particular interest because in this section we actually add a heel wedge to the back of the shoe which increases the angle of inclination of the toes. Here we add a wedge to the back of the device. This increases the inclination of the foot, and when the foot is relaxed we have the force on the top of the foot pushing the foot down, passively stretching all of the structures across the top of the foot here in that manner. It should be noted that this inclined area here can actually be made slightly longer, so that one device can be used for both feet, and that 3 shoe sizes can be catered for with one device, so that perhaps 4 or 5 different sizes can cover the entire needs of the adult population in terms of foot size. This shows an alternative version of the device which is actually based around a football boot. The base is strengthened by fiberglass, and it can actually be used without being flat on the ground, and can actually be used supine. In this final section of the video, a number of further features of the Jomarg device are discussed. Firstly, when the arch is raised against resistance, a number of muscles are used in addition to the intrinsic and extrinsic toe flexors. For example, we can see that the tibialis anterior is heavily involved in the exercise. Also, the peroneal and posterior tibialis may be involved in the raising of the arch, but the extent of this involvement has yet to be determined. Finally, when the muscles of the leg and foot are relaxed, the structures of the foot are stretched out, and this leads to loading of the plantar fascia. In conclusion then, the Jomarg device can be used for a number of purposes. However, it must be stressed that the device is clinically untested, and no attempt should be made to duplicate the devices contained within this video, or injury may result. No liability is accepted by any of the parties connected to this video, or by the inventor of the device, should the advice not to duplicate and or use the device be ignored.